A new front, a familiar foe, Ukraine's Kursk offensive. The war in Ukraine has entered a new phase. Ukrainian forces have taken the fight to Russian soil, launching an offensive in the Kursk region. This bold move comes after months of grueling defense against Russia's invasion. The offensive signals a shift in strategy for Ukraine, demonstrating its willingness to directly engage Russian forces on their own territory. The Kursk offensive has taken many by surprise. It is a clear departure from Ukraine's previous defensive posture. The offensive is forcing Russia to reallocate troops and resources to defend its own border. This diversion of forces could potentially ease pressure on Ukrainian troops in other areas of the conflict. The offensive has yielded some early successes for Ukraine. They have managed to capture territory and inflict casualties on Russian forces. However, Russia is expected to mount a fierce counteroffensive. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the overall impact of Ukraine's gamble. Shifting tides, tactical maneuvers, and Russian responses. Ukraine's offensive in Kursk is a carefully calculated gamble. By taking the fight to Russian soil, Ukraine aims to disrupt Russia's war effort on multiple fronts. The offensive has forced Russia to divert troops and resources from other areas, potentially relieving pressure on Ukrainian forces in the east. The element of surprise has worked in Ukraine's favor. The offensive has exposed vulnerabilities in Russia's border defenses. It has also highlighted the challenges Russia faces in maintaining control over its vast territory.
Russia has responded to the offensive with fury. President Putin has accused the West of orchestrating the offensive and has vowed a swift and decisive response. Russian forces have been ordered to repel the Ukrainian incursion and regain control of lost territory.
Shadows in Tehran. The assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. While the world's attention has been focused on Ukraine, a seismic event has shaken the Middle East. Ismail Haniyeh, a prominent leader of the Palestinian group Hamas, has been assassinated in Tehran. The assassination has sent shockwaves through the region, raising fears of a wider conflict. The circumstances surrounding Haniyeh's death remain shrouded in mystery. While no group has claimed responsibility, suspicion has fallen on Israel, which has a long history of targeting Hamas leaders. The assassination has inflamed tensions between Israel and Iran, which has long supported Hamas.
The assassination of Haniyeh represents a significant escalation in the shadow war between Israel and Iran. It is a stark reminder of the volatile and unpredictable nature of the Middle East's geopolitical landscape.
Section 4. A promise of retaliation. Iran's response and global concerns. Iran has reacted to the assassination of Haniyeh with outrage and vows of revenge. Iranian leaders have accused Israel of carrying out the killing and have promised a swift and decisive response. The international community is watching nervously, fearing a wider conflict in an already volatile region. Iran has a range of options at its disposal, from covert operations to direct military strikes. The country's response is likely to be carefully calibrated to avoid a full-blown war with Israel. However, the potential for miscalculation and escalation remains high.
The international community has condemned the assassination and called for restraint from all sides. The United States, while a close ally of Israel, has expressed concern over the killing and urged Iran to avoid escalating the situation.
Section 5. From regional tensions to global tremors, the escalation potential. The conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East, while geographically distant, have the potential to intertwine and escalate into a wider global conflagration. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has already had a profound impact on the global order, straining relations between Russia and the West and fueling a global energy crisis. The assassination of Haniyeh adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation.
The potential for Iran to retaliate against Israel, potentially drawing in the United States, is a grave concern. A wider conflict in the Middle East would have catastrophic consequences for the region and the world. The interconnected nature of the globalized world means that regional conflicts can quickly escalate and draw in other actors. The current geopolitical landscape is characterized by heightened tensions, mistrust, and a breakdown of dialogue. This makes the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation particularly high. Section 6. A call for calm, the international community, and de-escalation efforts. In these perilous times, the international community has a crucial role to play in preventing further escalation and promoting dialogue. Diplomacy, however difficult, remains the only viable path to a peaceful resolution of these conflicts. The United Nations, regional organizations, and individual countries must work together to diffuse tensions and create the conditions for meaningful negotiations. This will require all sides to exercise restraint, avoid provocative actions, and engage in good faith diplomacy. The stakes are incredibly high. The world cannot afford a wider conflict that could spiral out of control. The international community must act with urgency and determination to prevent the unthinkable from becoming a reality.